Right then, hello everyone and welcome to Global Racing Network, aka Global Racing League. We are here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit here in Tier 2. We have 13 drivers here tonight and yeah, we've got 27 turns around this track. A very long circuit indeed. There was a battle between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton back in 2021. Hamilton ended up winning the first Grand Prix here in real life back in 2021. Qualifying is now up and running here tonight, and 13 drivers was expecting 14 tonight. We've got one missing. We was kind of expecting 15, but one driver's pulled out sick here tonight, so we're going to have the expected 14. But unfortunately, we only have 30, and there are a few people now coming out for their first flying laps here in qualifying this evening. So short qualifying, 50% race as always here in Global Racing League. So, yeah. And we're just waiting for people now to start their laps. Good luck to you, IR Marshall, as well. So, we're just waiting now. There is May. No, Spandan actually the first one to come across the line to start their banker laps here in qualifying. As he comes through turns 1 and 2, the Mercedes. Jeddah, very hard circuit to get around. Easy to hit a wall. Quite easy to spin depending on your setup. And this first sector is very easy to get it all crossed up. As you can see there, Spando running a little bit wide there in the first sector. That's a 32.9. there for the Mercedes. That's obviously going to be the quickest because he is the first man around the track. May is going to be the second one. He's already invalidated his time. It was a 33.5 in the first sector anyway for the AlphaTauri. And no, not Chartman, he's still in the pits. The Polish Zlatan in the Haas then. He's coming through the first sector. You can see some of the drivers are quite shaky in that first sector. I don't know whether they had too much practice here midweek. As you can see, Zlatan getting it all crossed up there, and he invalidates his first run, so he'll have to go again. Make sure you recharge that ERS. Ivy Whiffle, he's gone a little bit wide, but keeps it going for now. It's a 33.2 in the first sector. Spandan has the quickest first sector out of them all, and it's going to be a 1:29.8 for the Mercedes driver on his first banker lap. So there's plenty more to come, and Ivy Whiffle has gone for a spin there, so it's unlucky for him. Looks like a very decent lap. And yeah, thanks for that. Well, anyway, Playing Cookie, the championship leader, does indeed have a qualifying ban. So that gives Spandan a good chance then to take the championship lead here this weekend. So it will take a lot of courage for the Mercedes driver to stay in P1 ahead of Playing Cookie, because you know Cookie will be back on the charge for a comeback drive. You can see Spandan there, very close on the limit. I think he's going for another run. Not too sure. It depends if he opens his DRS, and he has done. So it looks like he's going for another one, but he seems to be down on his time by 0.2 of a second, and he's invalidated his run anyway and binned it. So he's very lucky to be in the session actually, because he binned it quite hard there into the wall. Apex then will ride on his onboard for now as he heads into the middle sector. Then we've got two slingshots coming up, then the straight. The new DRS zone in F1 22. F1 2021 there was no DRS straight here, and he's going to enable it as he comes down now into the left-hander slingshot. His middle sector is a 1:02. Whiffle goes 2 minutes 16. May, he goes 1:30.0, 2/10 behind the Mercedes. Apex then, he's going to come round the final corner at the hairpin turn 27. The Aston Martin needs to get that rear wing open as soon as possible, does so. Is this going to be the fastest? No, it's not. He's 4/10 behind P2 of May. Decent lap there from the Aston Martin. Zlatan then, he's got no front wing, so there's no point. Someone new here on the show tonight, it is the McLaren of True Loki God 23. I've never seen him race, so looking forward to seeing him race. Abhi has joined us. He was our 14th driver for this evening that we was missing. So so Plain Cookie will have to start P14 now, which is unfortunate for him. But you can see True Loki God is flying on this lap here on the set of mediums. Hopefully he's not the quickest, because then that's a bit concerning towards all the drivers as he now comes round the final corner. True Loki God in the McLaren. Is it going to be quickest overall? It's not going to be, but it's a 1:30.2 on the set of mediums. The McLaren driver already on a good show here in the Jeddah Corniche circuit for McLaren. Clearly will be looking out on that one. I think someone's in the wall, and it is Marshall then, IR Marshall. No, he's not in the wall. He's just waiting for that McLaren of True Loki God to get past in case he's on another lap. 10 minutes 40 left then here in qualifying here in GRL Tier 2. Strickland, he's on a lap as he heads through the chicane of turns 1 and 2. Easy to go wide then on the exit. Needs a very good exit where Max Verstappen just collided with the wall a little bit when he messed up his final lap in Q3 in real life. Strickland then, he's coming through the first sector. Seems pretty decent to everyone else because he's flying at the moment. Oh no, he's messed it up. He's allowed to carry on with his lap, but it's a 33.4 split in the first sector then for Strickland, and he will not be the fastest time so far. His teammate is currently on provisional pole by about 2/10 over May, so May has got a job to do then if he wants to take provisional pole off the Mercedes driver. Strickland then, he's coming through the middle sector, gets that DRS wide open. Now coming through the middle sector, he says it's purple, pretty sure it's not. He seems to be flying on this lap here, does the Mercedes, but obviously that first sector ruined it a little bit. He's tagged the wall there on the inside on with the straight. You can see the DRS is making him cope down the straight now through turn 27, the final corner for the Mercedes. Needs to get that rear wing open, doesn't take the shortcut line as well, but it's a 1:30.010 there. It's a Mercedes provisional front row lockout here in Jeddah, and May is 100th behind here Strickland, and Strickland is 2/10, near about 1.5 tenths down on his teammate. So a new driver here of the Red Bull, which is Herbesar. He goes 1:31.197 in the Red Bull. I'm pretty sure he's going for the Red Bull. Not too sure. He's saved a bit of VRS here, and he's invalidated already, so we're not going to keep our eyes on him. Rather than in the middle sector now, he's got the right-hander slingshot to go through, which is very easy to get it crossed up and hit the wall on the inside. You have to tuck him into the corner so much to gain so much time, but you can see there he's clipped the wall there on the exit of the corner. Now DRS wide open for the Aston Martin. Now he's got to come through the left-hander slingshot, which decides his middle sector. It's not purple on the mini-map, so it tells us it's not purple at all now. The Aston Martin needs to come through. He needs that straight line pace, does the Aston Martin, to make sure he can get at least provisional pole. The Aston Martin now comes around the final corner, which is right, gets a snap of oversteer. It's not going to help. He's got sparks coming out of his Aston Martin, takes a shortcut line. it's closer, but it's P4 ahead of Ivy Whiffle, who didn't see improved on his lap time to get up into P5. Apex then is 4 seconds down anyway. Zlatan, who seems to be struggling at the moment, is coming through the first sector. He's not struggling this time though. It's a 33.5. He's going to manage to get his first lap done. He just needs those slingshots to come into play and be on his side. These are the early hard parts now of the circuit. Sector 1 and Sector 2. Sector 3 is just a straight. He's done that very well, the first slingshot, the right-hander slingshot. Now the DRS, he needs some straight line speed to come into play here. Does Zlatan. Now down the straight. This is going to decide. Apparently it's purple, but it's definitely not. That's what we can reassure. And now the Haas needs that straight line speed. All it is about in Sector 3 is the straight line pace. This is what you need now, Zlatan, as he comes through the final corner. And now foot to the floor for the Haas driver. And he's going to take a wide line, actually, to the line. It's going to be his first lap time, which only puts him P10 ahead of his teammate by about a tenth of a second. So not a great lap from the Haas. Needs to be better, I'd say. May, he's invalidated on his medium run, but he's much closer to Spandan than ever before. He's on the mediums though, and you can see here Spandan is on the soft, but he will be going out for another run anyway. That's a bit weird from May because he's just improved on a medium run, so he might have gone for 2 medium runs. I'm not too sure. But the Alpha Romeo of Whiffle then, who's coming through the middle sector now, through the final sector, just foot to the floor once again in the final sector. That's all it is. You just need that straight line pace to contend with the top 10. But he needs a good final corner there. He can't do a Max Verstappen where he went wide and locked up. He doesn't do a Max Verstappen. He's going to go down the straight now. All he needs is foot to the floor, and it's P1 for Whiffle by about a tenth of a second over the guy second place in the World Championship standings of Spandan. What a lap there from Whiffle. Didn't really see it too much, but he's a tenth ahead of the Mercedes driver. He'll be so happy with that, the Alfa Romeo. So yeah, May also coming into the pit lane. Got no fuel, so it'll take him long enough. And True Loki God goes 6/10 clear of Whiffle here with a 129.1 here from the McLaren. It's already a tier 1 contender. I'm not too sure. Is he going to have to be bumped up to tier 1? Well, obviously it's only one race, so you don't know too much. He could be using full traction control at the end of the day, who knows. But Whiffle, great lap there to be P1 for a matter of seconds. Then True Loki got out of the blue, 6/10 clear here of Whiffle. We didn't expect Spandan to be P3. He's gone over the curb yet again, not invalidated. He's up on his time. He's very lucky actually to not invalidate because he's still up on his time. He would have lost a bit of time through the first sector. His middle sector needs to be very good here as he comes through the right-hander slingshot. Needs a good exit, sliding all over the place, and you can see I don't think the setup's correct here for Spandan because he's sliding through those slingshots. I think he's going a bit too aggressive on the power, which is what you can't have. He only turned on medium yesterday. Wow, that's impressive. Spandan obviously going to be so far down on his lap time. Apex so far down on his lap time, 50 seconds to say the least. Curly then, he needs to set a lap. He hasn't done so yet. Wow, full track driver. That's impressive. Maybe. Wow, 7 different winners in 8 races. That's hopefully we can make that 8 winners out of 9 races. So Yeah, Wabstappen, who's not even in the league anymore, has got double wins, so impressive. But unfortunately, he's not here anymore, so we can't really see him win anymore in GRL. But the time is ticking. It's gone super fast, to be honest. I'm getting too carried away. But hopefully we can have some exciting. Hopefully we can have an exciting race here tonight. No absolute dramatic carnage going on and two, which is the chicane. Hopefully something clean at least to keep the drivers alive. But Curly then, he's going to start his lap. We're right on his on-board actually, as now he's going to head into turn one. The straight line pace is going to be needed as he heads through the chicane of turns 1 and 2 now. Through turns 3 and 4 coming up. He needs a very good first sector, very easy to get it all crossed up. You can see Curly taking it not too aggressive, keeping it quite cautious on the throttle. You can see with the medium traction control it's very hard to keep it quite cautious, but he's done that middle first sector pretty well actually. It's a 33.9 split in the first sector for the McLaren. Apex has decided to retire from the session. Appy's not going to go out for a lap, so that's a shame, unless he's got a quali ban as well. So this is going to make Plain Cookie start P13 instead of P14. If Plain Cookie will be starting P12 anyway, as he now heads through the middle sector. Curly's taking it very cautiously, is the McLaren driver now through the final sector, flat to the floor. It is now for Curly. He just needs a good turn 27, which is so crucial to the rest of the lap. Now he's got to go foot flat to the floor. Here the McLaren needs to set a fantastic lap here. Chartman up into P3 as well, as I didn't see. Curly, he goes P12, and that's the best he can do, unfortunately. May then, we'll see what he can do. He's 4 tenths up in the first sector. He's clipped the wall there in the middle sector after the right-hander slingshot. Can he contend with True Loki God Spandan? P2 in the World Championship. He can only contend for P5. He might get pushed down to P6 here. May only 4 tenths up in the middle sector as well. He's not gained any time from that first sector, so it needs to be good. Maiden, sorry about that guys. Maiden is coming down the straight. It's P2, 1 tenth behind True Loki God. Pers by, I can't pronounce names today, but he goes P3 anyway. That's a good showing between first and third there, as they are new drivers. True Loki God on pole position by half a tenth actually. So yeah, it's pretty close here in tier 2 tonight. Hopefully we can get more of this. Chartman then, he's coming to the box. Curly then, is he planning on another lap? No, he's not. So True Loki God then is your pole sitter here for GRL tier 2 here in the Jeddah Corniche circuit. Right, chat, thoughts on that qualifying? Tell us. Let's see what you think. Ivy done well. Ivy Whiffle done very well to get P4. That's big respect to him. He must have practiced all week for that. But very good lap there from the Alfa Romeo. Good showing to why he should be even in tier 2. I mean, there's only 2 tiers anyway, so it's not going to bother too much. Plain Cookie with a quali ban, which obviously I didn't commentate in tier 2 around Australia. I commentated in tier 1 instead. But pole position goes to True Loki God, debutant man here on pole for McLaren. May P2, Perbasar P3, Ivy Whiffle P4, Chartman P5, very strong from Chartman, it's been good showing in Tier 1, as well as Spandan P6, Strickens P7, Ra P8, Apex P9, Zlatan P10, IR Marshall P11, Curly P12, Plain Cookie and Abhi P13 and 14, they did not set quali times unless Abhi has got a quali ban himself. But let's get to the race then, where we'll have 25 laps. Right then, we are lining up for the grid then. We're lining up for the formation lap here in Tier 2 tonight. Afterwards as well, guys, Tier 1 is live. No, it's not live actually at 8 o'clock. It's going to have to miss tonight, unfortunately. So hopefully round 10 can bring us something. Wait, is it round 10 tonight? Unless I've done the data wrong. I'm not too sure. Might have done the data wrong. I'll sort. Hopefully that can be sorted afterwards. It doesn't really matter anyway. At least it's live and running. Yeah, it is round 10. My bad. Yeah, it's round 10. My bad. My bad. Anyway, people have done their strategies and the formation lap is now beginning. Here we've got 14 drivers for the race then, and we'll run through our tyre rundown. As Purbasar is on the hards, Apex is on the hards, Plain Cookie, interestingly, on the hard compound of tyre as well. So 3 drivers on the hards, and the rest of the grid with 11 drivers are on the medium compound of tyre. So they'll be looking to start faster, while the drivers on hards, they'll be looking to end faster. So it depends on how they do in this race, see if they can last at least 25 laps. I'm pretty sure there will be at least one DNF here tonight in Tier 2. It's quite predictable. So we'll see what happens from there on, as the drivers are warming their tyres up now, getting ready to start this race on some warm tyres. The hard runners, they're going to have to do more tyre warming due to the hards being so complicated with the tyre warming. So yeah, you'll have to weave all over the place, even if it has to be a corner, so be it. Whiffle has gone deep on the formation lap. That is weird. Okay, let's not try to focus on that for the race. It's only the formation lap. As long as it's not been disqualified, it will not end up in the stewards after tonight's race. What time is it actually? It is 6:30. This is 6:30, so... or 6:30, either one. They're the same thing, so I normally say 6:30. Interestingly, I've said 6:30, so that's weird from me. It felt really weird to say that actually. Anyway, right, drivers are now getting ready to line up on the grid and start this race. True Loki God then, our pole sitter here for tonight, is helmet check. Yes, Spray, you are the man, you are the man. Anyway, helmet check. I can't see. I really can't see. Spanner going for a spin, interestingly enough. But drivers are... You know what? Oh, Ra's helmet looks pretty decent. Abhi, I was looking around actually. I can't see now, but yeah, a few disqualifications due to terrible parking. I don't know why people have such bad parking. It's literally the easiest thing ever. So then, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, as we go to 5 red lights here in Jeddah, it is pedal to the metal, go, go, go here in Tier 2. I can't see who got a good start because the camera angles on this game are atrocious. Oh, there's been a collision before turn 1's even happened, and True Loki got off to an amazing start there. Luckily, no DNF, stricken with a 5-second time penalty, all ready to start off this race. There's a massive collision before turn 1 even happened. I mean, most of the drivers are very lucky to all still win this race. Perbasar, he's moved down to P14 now, his last place on the grid, and you can see that it's an interesting start between 1 and 2 because they're now separated by 0.6 of a second. True Loki got off to a fantastic start there, and he'll be looking to make up some more. Well, he can't make up any more places because he's P1, May then he'll be looking to chase down that McLaren, but you can see the pace of the McLaren going into the corners. It's just so fast, and I think May has those exits, as you can see, and he's just gained about 0.2 of a second there on True Loki God, but we'll keep an eye on him in a moment's time. But you can see Chartman, Stricken and Apex very close to one another right now. It's an interesting start to start this race then, and you can see Chartman struggling, but he's going to try and fight both Apex and Stricken, so he's got one behind, one in front, but he's going to have here before they reach turn 27. You can see Charles stay ahead of Stricken, and he got off to a decent start. Chartman getting ahead of Apex before they reach turn 1, interestingly enough, and Apex goes for a spin. There is a massive pile up here on the entry of turn 1. That is not what half of the drivers needed. Whiffle then, he's got off to a fantastic start there. He's now up into position 3 here in this one, and we've got a bit of a delta glitch here. On the intervals, it's saying they're 1 minute behind one another of Whiffle and Span, and I'll sort that out just quickly. I can't sort it out. It's glitched, so yeah, it's glitched. That's not good. Yeah, it took a long time for the ghost to happen of the Apex, which caused might have caused a few front wing damages, but you can see Apex on the rear of Abhi, but not close enough. May and True Loki got. Oh, I'm waiting to see till the DRS opens. Hopefully we can get a very good scrap for P1 here tonight. It's something that I need. It's been so boring in league racing for me in the past like several weeks, so it'd be good to see a battle. Plain Cookie now jumping ahead of Curly. You can see Perbasar trying to get ahead of both the Aston Martin and Curly, and Curly gets a bit crossed up there. As you can see there, they're heading down the straight into turn 1. DRS has been enabled this lap for good measure, and now Ra is going to try and go on the inside here as they head into turn 1. Ra backs out of the thought, and he stays in his P10 ahead of Curly. Will the two brothers fight? That is the main question of Ian and Curly. So this race has got a bit interesting then. Apex also getting ahead of Abhi. Abhi does not have the pace here tonight to contend. Spandan then is looking to make up a few places, but he's he's going to need the look of DRS. Whiffle, he's trying to stay in the DRS to make sure he can stay ahead of Spandan. You can see Spandan goes off the road there, doesn't gain any sort of time. He's lost a bit of time, so yeah, that shouldn't give him a warning at all. And yeah, May then getting perilously close here to the McLaren. You can see now it's a very long straight into turn 27. Are we going to get an overtake here between 1 and 2 for the first time? in about weeks and weeks, so on, and May just doesn't think about it. He doesn't want to. He wants to keep his nose clean. And you can see now down the straight, May uses that ERS and DRS. There's nothing that McLaren can do. And May's going to go round the outside, and May gets ahead before turn one. Very nice, well, easy move there for the AlphaTauri just to get ahead. And we're going to see plenty more of these here tonight, I'm pretty certain. And Pervasar gets ahead of his teammate. That's not good for Playing Cookie's World Championship. It could lose him a bunch of points here, and Playing Cookie could end up losing his championship lead this evening if he doesn't get ahead of his teammate. But he needs to get ahead of Spandan, who's currently struggling with the track limits at the moment. So we could see a lot of penalties come out here tonight. And Srikan, Zlatan has spun. Zlatan, he's gone for a spin there. He's lost a bit of his front wing, so he's going to have to make an early box onto the hard compound. That's so unfortunate for the Polish Zlatan, who had done so well at the start, but now he's down into P14 behind Abhi. True Loki God, then he's going to need a good exit out of the slingshot. And you can see it's medium traction against full traction control here, would you believe it? And the full traction control is currently winning the race, so it's a bit embarrassing. But anyway, True Loki God wants to go on the inside. He's going to try and send it on the inside here of May. Who's going to be the first one on the power? It's going to be True Loki God, who gets a better exit, and he's going to get the DRS. This is some like ding-dong battle that Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc had back in 2022 last year, and Ian gets up into P10 ahead of Apex. This is an action-packed Grand Prix at the moment. Who's got the DRS? Apex does. We'll see who's going to be last on the brakes into turn one, or is there going to be any brakes within this battle? And yeah, I can understand Ian tucks in behind Apex. Apex back up into P10 on those hards. He's doing very well. He'll be very quick toward the end of this race. He's lost a lot of time to his teammate of Raw. So yeah, May then. He's got a lot to contend with in this one. He's 7/10 behind, 8/10 behind True Loki God. We've had our first sight of battling. I think there was a bit of a mistake there from True Loki God, which cost him a bit of time. And I think Ian has gone for a spin in Sector 1. Yes, he has. So Haas not having a good day so far. I mean, we're only 5 laps in, but there's still 21 laps to go in this one. But Haas not having a good start to this race. You can see AlphaTauri and McLaren still going at one another. They're now going to come down the back straight into turn 27 to see who's got that better straight line speed. You can see now True Loki God trying to break that slipstream down into the final corner. And you can see Whiffle trying to keep up with P2, but he's now 2 seconds behind 1 and 2. Yeah, and to think Haas finished 1-3, like, yeah. I didn't see that one, but yeah, still. May not gaining too much time on True Loki God. They had a very good scrap toward the start of this race. Can Spandan get his P3? I don't think he actually got up to P3. Spandan, there is your first penalty, Spandan. And Mercedes not having a good Grand Prix. Purbasar on a charge run at the moment. He was about He was out of the points about a few laps ago, so. Oh, there's been a collision. There's been a collision, I think. And green flags are running yet again. The Polish Zlatan decides to box this lap. Purbasar, he's got a 3-second time penalty. So the penalties are going to start flying in this one. And oh, there's a spin. Stricken is in the wall. He's binned it into the wall. How can you bin it there? It's such a place. I think he got on the power too early on the exit of the corner. Not what Mercedes needed in their Constructors' Championship hopes. And also their Drivers' Championship hopes. Strickland needs to help Spandan, because Red Bull are currently on a charge to defeat Spandan here, who's currently only P4 in this race. May is not... he's tucking in that DRS, but he's going to lose so much time in the first and middle sector. I think the first sector is killing May so much because of the corners, and you can see the difference between full track. Hold on, I'll have a look if he's using full traction control, and you can see the ERS is quite crucial to these drivers. And Spandan is trying to get ahead of Whiffle, but Whiffle tries to break the toe. And yeah, you can see May is on that full traction control. So yeah, I mean, oh no, I don't think he's on full traction. Okay, interesting. I thought it was on full TC, to be honest. And yeah, this is the best racing we've seen all season, to be honest. And Strickland is into the box for a nose change. And what is this? Is this a 5-second time penalty being removed here from Mercedes? It is indeed. So they've got a front wing to change quite rapidly here, and that's about an extra 10 seconds in the pit lane for Strickland, who's now down into last place in this Grand Prix. We've still got all runners remaining in this race, which is actually quite surprising for Tier 2. So they're doing well at staying in this one. There's a few nose changes, obviously, because it's Jeddah. It's very hard to get around. Track limits are pretty dumb as well around Jeddah. I mean, it's a bit like Austria. Track limits are so hard to get around by. But it depends if you have a skill issue or not. So Strickland, I think he's tagging the wall. Oh, he's all over the place at the moment, the Mercedes. He might as well stay in the race in case something happens. You can see he's exceeding the track limits as well. So it's not what the Mercedes need here tonight. And no safety cars in. I mean, I was expecting at least a VSC. Oh, there's a spin. No. Oh, okay. Okay. Come on, Strickland. Get that car moving. Come on. No safety cars today. Let's keep that going. And he's back on the road running. So green flags racing. Go, go, go yet again. He's got a lot of VRS to contend with, but he's 20 seconds behind Zlatan. And Zlatan is 24 seconds behind his teammates. So there's a lot to play for here in this one, and May is now outside of the DRS but gets right back into it. You can see the pace between the McLaren and the AlphaTauri in the corners, but the pace on the straight line is there for May. You can see as he gets onto that DRS now. He's back in the DRS, so he's going to get the DRS obviously. He went past the detection point, so he'll get that extra bit of slipstream. So you can see how much he's struggling on the exit of corners. Spandan has left. No, Spandan, I think his game's crashed. Hopefully an invite can help him, but Curly now up into P10, said by Go Slow. I can't tell whether May's on full TC or not. It's pretty hard to tell, but May just staying in that DRS of true Loki God. You can see the pace. May is a former Tier 1 driver, just remember that, and True Loki God is contending with that. Spandan luckily has joined us back, so Chartman will gain extra time here on the Mercedes through the corners, but on the straights the AI is so powerful in a straight line. Oh no, Spandan needs to join back because Chartman's going to take it, and I think Spandan is in just in time. And Chartman gets a little bit distracted there. Lucky Spandan. I'll tell you what. He is very lucky to still be in P4. I mean, he has a penalty, so it's not going to mean too much to him. But Perbasar now is catching Chartman pretty easily here on the hards. We'll see what he can do on the medium. Oh, he's clipped the wall so hard there. As Perbasar, Plain Cookie will not be happy with his teammate either, because he's got a championship to contend with. So Spandan will gain in that championship hunt, but he's got to hope for a bit of legacy here. And yeah, Strickland is struggling so bad. So we're just waiting upon Strickland. Really badly needs a safety car here tonight. But May is now catching up to True Loki God, and we'll ride on the onboard of May. We'll see how much time he can gain, as you can see there, as we enter the 10th lap of this Grand Prix out of 25. Only gained about 2/10 on that straight, did May. It's not a very long straight, and that is Strickland in the barriers once again. He's reset to track. I couldn't understand, to be honest. Spandan He's coming to a stop then for a fresh set of hards. He's going to do 15 laps. Same with Raw and Apex. Apex and Raw have done a double stack, the perfect double stack here at Aston Martin. Fantastic double stack. And Aston Martin will be proud of that, but it's a safety car. It's a full course safety car. On the 10th lap of this Grand Prix, the safety car has come out for the first time here this evening. I mean, I was expecting a safety car within the first lap. So, Stricken out of this Grand Prix. And we've got one DNF here tonight. Stricken, I think he binned it. So, that's going to bring contention much closer now. That's going to bring Plain Cookie back onto Spandan. So, Spandan's done the perfect stop there. So I think Mercedes are playing a little bit of the team game at the moment. One DNF in, and Spandan getting a bit of luck off the safety car as well, because a lot of the drivers still have to pit in this one. And you can see Plain Cookie now. He will, as it stands, he will extend his championship lead, but might not be for long. So yeah, we'll see what happens from there on. And we've just got to wait now. And Stricken, yeah, he's so unfortunate for him tonight. Jeddah is a hard circuit to get around, and True Loki God and May, they have put themselves into the pit lane. May going very slow there, which caused Whiffle to go. I can see what he's going for here. Actually, that is smart. But nah, he's not ahead. He's not going to get ahead anyway. So. Yeah, and Whiffle. Wow, that's close between Whiffle and May. But you can see now, Plain Cookie is going to take the lead of this race. We've got a new race leader here this evening, our third race leader here in Jeddah. So the three race leaders that are Plain Cookie, True Loki God and May, they've all led this race now, but Plain Cookie has only led this race under a safety car. So lap 15, Plain Cookie will have to box onto a fresh set of mediums. So yeah, there's still a lot to play for here in this one. It is a long circuit to get by, so you've got to make the most of things. So it's all to play for. I'm already yawning. Can't be yawning at this one. It's edge of the seat stuff at the moment. So you just don't know who's going to win. It's either True Loki God or May. Plain Cookie, he's going to be bundling down the order. I think he's going to end up P13 at the end of his pit stop. So he's got to gain loads of time, Plain Cookie, to make sure he stays in that top 10 to reduce some points from Spandan. But you can see Spandan only now P7. So that could cost him a few championship points as well. But Spandan has to make up some places up the order, not down the order. He needs to make up. So he's got a lot to do then, Spandan. And May's lost a bit of time. Not too sure why. And this will be the final lap of the safety car as well. So lap 12, we'll get back at the end of lap 12, we'll get back to racing, and at the start of lap 13. And something has gone on at the back. Spandan has gone on to mediums and a front wing change. That is not good for Spandan whatsoever. That might cost him the championship lead, although, and the safety car will have to stay out possibly for another lap due to pit stops. But yeah, Spandan and Ra, actually they'll catch up just in time for racing to go back at the end of this lap. So turn 1 needs to be clean, just like the race start. Obviously it's not very likely in tier 2, can be likely in tier 1. So yeah, we're just waiting for those drivers, those 3 drivers, to catch up to the safety car pack. And yeah, we'll get back to racing at the start of next lap. So yeah, we just got to wait then. It's just like another formation lap that we have to go around. Plain Cookie, he's still got to box. He has not made a pit stop yet in this race. He's on 11 lap old hards, while the guys behind him are on warm hards that are fresh. So yeah, it's not going to be good for Plain Cookie, because he's more than likely going to get overtaken here by True Loki God into the back straight. So ERS is going to be in contention. No DRS for 2 laps, so we've just got away on that one. And Plain Cookie's giving the safety car a bit of breathing room here. So yeah, the safety car is in this lap. Of course, we've got every driver in this race now caught up. So we need to get the confirmation by the stewards or the FIA that we can go back to racing. I haven't been given the message yet. So safety car in this lap. There we go. We've got the message now. So we're just waiting for Plain Cookie to set by. We're just waiting for him now. Is he going to get off as soon as possible? No, he's going to wait till the line to get, and we go again. And Plain Cookie got off to a fantastic restart there. So we'll take that one. Ivy Whiffle now going on the inside here of May. They're trying to battle it out. And Ivy Whiffle, what a move there. And he's ahead of May. That's not good for May, because his race could be done and dusted there already for only P3 net worth, because Plain Cookie still has to box yet. But you can see the pace between Plain Cookie and True Lurky God is just massive. And that's why Plain Cookie next season should be in Tier 1. But True Loki God will not put up without a fight. Ivy Whiffle on the rear. Where has this pace come from Ivy Whiffle? Purbasar now is on the rear of May. And Spandan needs to get ahead of Chartman. This is edge of the seat stuff here in Tier 2 tonight. And you can see there Curly, I think, has gone off a bit there. But you can see now the two brothers are going to scrap it out here. DRS not open for another 2 laps. So drivers will have to wait until at least the end of lap 14 to get that DRS wide open. Yet again, you can see Curly struggling with the track limits a little bit there. And now Ian is going to try and overtake his brother Curly as they now head down straight into turn 27. They're keeping it very friendly. And Curly will not put this. Will he put up a fight? Curly's going to go round the outside here. He's going to try and fight it back. They're still side by side, the two brothers, and Ian tucks in behind. And yeah, good battling. And Whiffle is now ahead. Spandan and Chartman, I can't keep up with all these battles at the moment. And Spandan is going to get ahead. They're still side by side, going into the fast left-hander. And Spandan goes off the road. He might have to give that position back to Chartman. And there's massive contact there between the Aston Martin and the Williams. And surprisingly, the Williams does not have any damage. I think he does. I think he has some sort of yellow wing. And Spandan with another penalty. Purbasar now ahead of May. Whiffle also ahead of True Loki God. Can Whiffle make sure he gets ahead here of Plain Cookie to make sure he wins this Grand Prix? This will be an absolute classic of a win here from Whiffle if he does win, obviously. So I mean, we've still got 12 laps to go here. No, sorry, I can't count. Well, we're just going to say about 11 laps to go in this one. And you can see now Whiffle just has all of that pace on those fresher hards, those fresher, faster hards than Plain Cookie's older hards. So you can see now as they head down into turn 27, Purbasar going round the outside here of True Loki God as they go side by side, and yeah, Purbasar making a comeback driver for himself. He's back up into P3 where he started. Ivy Whiffle has so much pace at the moment. Ivy Whiffle is going to go round the outside into turn 1 and turn 2. Whiffle's not going to put up without a fight. Whiffle takes the lead here in GRL Tier 2. Absolute style from Whiffle there as he now heads on. Oh wow, that's classic battling here from Whiffle. He looked so shaky at the start of the season. You can see now he's literally, I can't get my words out of how good this is. It's absolutely amazing. Will Purbasar be let through here by Plain Cookie? Is there going to be any team game here from Red Bull? This is absolutely crazy, because Whiffle at the start of the season he was a nobody, but now he's turned up here tonight here in Jeddah. I don't know what practice he's put in here this week, but he's now up into P1, 7/10 clear of Plain Cookie, and you can see Purbasar now is going to chase his teammate down, and then Purbasar will chase down Whiffle, and you can see, oh wow, Plain Cookie going so wide, and now Red Bull are surely going to play the team game. They nearly make contact, the two Red Bulls, as they head down straight into the final corner of turn 27, and they make more contact. Will bang in there between the two Red Bulls, and you can see Purbasar goes a little bit deep, and Purbasar will have a chance now on Whiffle because he has those fresher mediums over those fresher hards. We enter lap 16. Oh wow, sorry for that voice crack as well. My first voice crack of the season, so yeah, pretty proud of that actually. I remember last season in Tier 2 when Josh crashed out, and there was a little bit of a photo finish last season, but Curly ahead of Zlatan as they head now into turn 4. Who's going to be last on the brakes? It's going to be Curly, but Zlatan will not put this one without a fight, and Curly is ahead now of Zlatan. Good move there from Curly. Abhi is struggling so bad to contend with all these drivers. I don't think tonight is the night for Ferrari to grab any points. It's such a shame, really. But you can see Purbasar is going to try and chase down Whiffle. You just won't believe that Whiffle at the start of this. If you was looking at the start of the season, you'd never see Whiffle leading. Spandan has spun. That could cost him some more championship points. He's now outside of the points, just ahead of Abhi. Will he let Abhi through? Yes, he will. That's such a shame for Spandan, because he will lose that possibility of leading the World Championship. He's got another front wing change to go through. Oh no, he's gonna have to wait till round 11 to take the championship lead. Plain Cookie still got to box though, so he'll end up outside of the points himself. So now Plain Cookie has boxed. He's got to hope for another safety car if he wants to stay in contention. And you can see all the places. Oh, didn't even realise Purbasar took the lead over Whiffle. Yeah, Whiffle had led for a few laps, but yeah, Purbasar, he's going to have to push like crazy if he wants to win on his debut race. He seems to be struggling through that S part there, and Whiffle gets a penalty. Long coming though, long time coming. You can see True Loki God going off the track himself. It's going to be a crazy fight between the top three, between two penalty runners and one without a penalty. He must have a few warnings already to his name. You can see True Loki God going through the shortcut way. This is fantastic racing here tonight in Tier 2. The first proper few battles that we've seen this season. It's been pretty boring this season to watch and commentate. But you see now Tier 2 is rocking up back to life. And now True Loki God is now going to try and make an overtake here on Ivy Whiffle down the straight we go. Then is Whiffle actually going to make an overtake here on Purbasar? This is crazy stuff here as you head into the final corner. Whiffle's going to send it on the inside here of the Red Bull. He's going to go wheel to wheel, and yeah, the Red Bull's going to get a good exit. And Whiffle tucks in behind the Red Bull. Will have nothing to contend with. and Whiffle's going to go round the outside here. True Loki God wants to get involved as well. Whiffle goes dancing round the outside, then he's going to get the inside line. Purbasar will not give it up, and he's got a snap of oversteer. Purbasar now down into P3. What is going on? This is fantastic racing. Purbasar loses more time between the top two. Whiffle retakes the lead here in Jeddah. Absolutely fantastic racing between the top three. This is the most racing that we've seen, the most proper racing that we've seen. It's took 10 rounds to see this, and Jeddah can bring some magic moments, something like 2021 where Hamilton and Verstappen collided, and Hamilton said he got brake tested by Verstappen. I still think he got brake tested. So True Loki God might be on his final warning, but you can see Purbasar now with a penalty. He's going to try and chase down True Loki God. He's got to make up 2 positions. Once again, all eyes on the top 3 here this evening, here in Jeddah. It's all eyes on these 3, and Ian getting ahead here of Marshall before the slingshot, and Chartman has to... Oh, sorry, Ian getting ahead of Chartman. It's a massive crash, and that is Ra on the exit of the slingshot, and he's going to lose his points paying positions. He's now down into P11. No safety car, no safety car. True Loki God now getting overtaken by Purbasar into turn 1. We go then with these 2 drivers. Purbasar retakes P2. True Loki God with a 3-second time penalty, so it makes everything fair and square now, and you can see those mediums will run out so quickly. Purbasar with another 3-second time penalty. It's not going to help his race. He's got to hope now that I think May can win this race. He's just got to catch up quite significantly. Plain Cookie now is going to be chasing into that top 10. He'll be looking to gain at least 1 point in the World Championship. So Purbasar now, it's all, and there's a spin. Purbasar, he's binned it. He's binned it on the exit here at the hairpin into the first part of the first sector. He's going to lose so many positions now. May has an even better chance to win this race now. If he wins this race, he'll be a 2-time winner here in GRL Tier 2. Now Curly getting ahead of the Polish Latan. There's a massive battle here between P6 and P10. Oh no, it's P7 and P10. Abhi and Purbasar going at it as they go side by side. Is it going to go 3 wide into the slingshot? Yes, it is. Massive contact there between the 2 Red Bulls. They are not going to can't get my words out tonight. They are not going to forgive each other here tonight after that crash. Going 3 wide into a slingshot is not smart. Plain Cookie going on the inside here of the Ferrari. Nice move there from the Oracle Red Bull. And he's going to make up some more places to gain more and more on his championship lead. This is what is going to be needed. And Spandan, is this going to be the safety car? Yes, it is. 5 laps to go here in Jeddah. It's going to bring racing much, much closer here in the final stages. And Purbasar has retired as well, but in the pits. He's going to give up in this one. We've got 3 DNFs in this race, only 2 safety cars here tonight. Racing has been pure excellence here tonight in Tier 2. Absolutely fantastic. Wow. How much time penalties for all? I'll have a look now, don't you worry. Penalties then, top 2 3 seconds. They're all 3 seconds, so nothing special. So yeah, there is loads of chances now for different people to win this race. It could be Apex, it could be May, it could be even Ian himself, it could be Curly for all we know. So yeah, I think he'll have to hope for a bit of a miracle. No offence to Curly or anything, but he'll have to hope for a bit of a miracle between those top drivers, that top 6. And Zlatan and Plain Cookie, they're going to hope for a podium. So yeah, they hope, well, them 3 have got to hope that the top 6 collide with all each other. That's not likely though. So yeah, Ra's going to have the chance to catch up, and safety car will be in. True Loki has gone into the pits. What for? Apex has gone into the pits. It's definitely for a fresh set of softs. It's a front wing change for True Loki. God, what has gone on here at McLaren here this evening? It's going to ruin his chances now of a race win. It gives Whiffle a perfect chance now to win, but May is going to be on his backside, which is not going to be good because Whiffle does have a 3-second time penalty to his name, so he's got to gain 3 seconds in the space of what, 2 laps. It's not going to be very likely. He's going to have to hope for a few mistakes between those guys behind. So Whiffle has a very good chance to win this race. We had something like this last season where someone won on the road but with a penalty, so someone in P2 won. I think Moman won in the end over May, I think it was, when I think May was in the Aston Martin, so that's made things pretty interesting then. And obviously Spandan come into play and was teammates with Josh, and Aston Martin ended up winning the Constructors' Championship last season. It is quite close actually to see who's going to win the championship this season. Yeah, Whiffle, shame man, shame you had that. If it wasn't for that safety car, if Spandan didn't DNF, then you would have been on the charge to win this race. But hey, keep your head up and see if you can get a podium. True Loki got there. So the guys behind, they're all on soft compound, fresh soft compound. So this makes it more interesting for Whiffle because he has to gain so much time on an old set of hards compared to a fresh set of softs, which is from P4 to P11. So now the whole pack has caught up to the safety car, and the safety car cannot be in this lap. It's going to have to be next lap coming. I'm just going to turn my light on actually before we get back on the way, as we enter our 22nd lap. How many laps on tyres? I'm going to have a look now. So May and Whiffle, they're on 11 lap old hards. Apex is on 1 lap old mediums. From P4 to P11, they're all on fresh set of softs. So this makes it more interesting now, because anyone can win this race. It could be, I mean, Curly's down in P10 now, but it could be him, it could be Ra, it could be Zlatan, it could be Chartman, it could be anyone, who knows. I've been saying this for weeks, but anyone can win. Anyone can win any race in any sort of format. It's possible. It is possible. But Purposar, he's had a great debut actually, despite DNFing. But yeah, he's had a great debut. Yeah, he spent some time in P3, qualified P3, I think. Yeah, he qualified P3, and the safety car is going to be in this lap. So Whiffle is going to have to hope Right then, everyone, it is the last remaining laps here in Jeddah, here in Saudi Arabia. It is the showdown here between these final laps. Safety car is in this lap. Green flags are going to go as soon as Whiffle crosses the line. I think he really wants to go, Whiffle. He really wants to set off, but he can't. He's got to wait for the safety car to be in. Oh no, I think May's got a bit of damage, because there was a bit of a brake test there. I think Whiffle has gone. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Whiffle, come on. Let's go. Whiffle's gone. Whiffle's gone. lap 23 out of 25. Whiffle and May have shot off into turn 1. Chartman and Ian goes side by side. Apex and True Loki God, they're scrapping it out here for P3. One has a penalty, one doesn't, and it's gone absolutely crazy here. Chartman retakes P4 and they're pushing each other off the road, making more contacts off the road. It is going absolutely wild in the middle of the pack. And yeah, I think Chartman has at least a yellow wing to his MFD, but Ian now is going to want to make a few positions, and Plain Cookie is going to go round the outside. No, he can't. He's Ian's gone on the brakes a little too late, but you can see Plain Cookie gets a better exit, and they're going side by side now into the slingshot corner. Who's going to be last on the brakes into the corner? Plain Cookie takes P6 off Ian. True Loki God then is going to chase Whiffle. It is really time to shine now for this debutant who has raced so perfectly this evening. No DRS until the final lap, so it is going to bring a bit of carnage. May is losing so much time now. Whiffle can end up winning this on one circumstance, and that one circumstance is May loses so much time. As we enter the 24th lap out of 25 here in Jeddah, it is really game on here between these two drivers. Whiffle makes a bit of a mistake, but you can see True Loki God is gaining so much time. May losing more time than ever. Right, anyway, sorry about that once again, but True Loki God has taken the lead off Whiffle. Oh, such a shame that we missed that, but anyway, Whiffle has more than likely lost this race, but you can see now it's all on May, because the gap between them is 2.6 seconds. May needs to stay within on True Loki God. It's going to be so close, but who's going to take it? That is the main question. It's all down to these drivers now to take it to the line, and you can see now it's so close. It is now 3 seconds of a gap. It's going to be close toward the line, but we'll see what happens. May cannot be overtaken by Apex, or else Apex is going to win the Grand Prix himself. It's going to be so close to the line. Raw overtakes. It was a massive battle. Ian goes round outside here with Chartman, and he takes position. Apex is going to go round outside. Apex could win this Grand Prix as they head round the final corner. It's going to be to the line. True Loki God wins on the road. Whiffle takes P2. Apex wins the Jeddah Corniche Circuit Grand Prix, or the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. That is unbelievable. True Loki God misses out on a win. He can only take P2. Apex is your winner here in Saudi Arabia. and he really deserves driver of the day. I'm going to give him driver of the day for that. He done a last lap overtake on May to win the Grand Prix, and I'm pretty sure that is May's Apex's first win. As we go through the grid rundown quickly, Apex then, he done 2 stops in that race, he wins the Grand Prix. Absolute fantastic race that we witnessed here tonight in Jeddah. True Loki God on his debut, P2, May, P3, Whiffle, he done so well. He's led most of the race. P4, unlucky for him. He's gained 12 points, so he's gained 12 points in the World Championship. Ian P5, strong race from him. Chartman P6, Abhi P7. He looked out of contention for points here this evening, but he manages to get a few. Curly P8, Ra P9. Plain Cookie only extends his championship lead by 1 point. Zlatan then misses out on a point. P11, Perbasar, Spandan and Strickland, double DNF for Mercedes here this evening in Tier 2. Obviously, Tier 1's not going to be live by anyone, so you'll have to see us next week for Tier 2 once again. Hopefully Tier 1 can be live by Curly, but anyway guys, that is it from us here tonight in Tier 2. What a fantastic race it was to watch and witness, but it is time to say goodbye now to each and every one of you, so I'm going to go now. See you lot later. Goodbye.